Finally, we've been waiting for a Wemby game. Game 2 was cool for Wemby, but we knew we were going to need something more from Wemby in order for them to at least win a game in the Garden, and that's exactly what he did. This was great. Phenomenal game.
I think this is the end of the floor.
This was a must-win game, but honestly, the last 2 games for the Spurs have been must-win. Starting off early with the easiest thing you could possibly do with Wemby. And that's why people are so frustrated with Wemby or with the Spurs and how they struggle to score. Bro, just throw it up. Just give them a chance. Throw it up to where nobody else can literally even fathom touching the ball and let them handle business. Simple. That's an easy way to get Wemby started. And that's how you should always keep him in the game. Easy switches. That's on Cat, though. You can't let that switch happen. And then Josh Hart just let him float back. Yeah. Not enough attention on Wemby. God. I didn't even notice he dunked on him that bad. Sheesh. Oh, my goodness. Second point of the game was him dunking on OG Anunoby off vert. Don't jump. Don't do it. Good defense. Don't do it. Bring it out. That's the presence. That's the presence. And then he still gets to... Sorry. This is insane. That's a layup he could potentially go up for. Pass that out because he knew Wemby was on his back. Even if he didn't see him, he felt him. He felt the presence of an alien. The alien has landed in the Garden, right? OG, he went up. Nah, I'm not going up on that. All right, let me pass out. Josh Hart could have went right up. Even though Wemby hasn't even fully recovered, Josh Hart still wanted to dribble when he is right in front of the basket. Not only did he dribble, he tried to spin out, and then he kicked out to a wide open shooter. Wemby is in the paint, and he still ended up with a block. Great defense, move feet, still forced a bad shot and blocked a shot with 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Like, that is stuff you don't see every day, every season. That is insane. The impact, this is when people talk about his impact and how impactful he is on the floor. He literally changes how teams think. Oh my God, what a pass. Again, it's so easy to get Wemby involved because all you got to do is really throw the ball up. I see why people are so frustrated. First of all, why are they pressing full court? I mean, at full half court. And Cat is at the top of it. Yeah, that's an easy pass. This man, Stefan said, oh, you guys want to press at half court? All right, cool. Why is Cat out here? Oh, cool. All right, where's Wemby? Let me find him. He threw that pass, jump pass from the half court line. And it looked like Wemby could have dunked it. But he played it safe. He should never have an issue scoring the ball or getting involved. Oh my God. Slow step. And one! Then we going over the touch of the big man. First of all, look at the pump fake. Look at the pump fake. 2 people, and I don't know what New York had going on, but why isn't anybody guarding him? There's literally nobody guarding him, which is why this play worked. Look at the pump fake. Shamit jumped for joy. Jumped for his damn life. Look at him. Remember, he's 7'6". This man's chest is above his head damn near. Go by, fly by. Now we're going to drive by OG and one slow step on Cat. The start that Wemby needed. Well, now we're on to the second quarter. He did all that in the first quarter. Good pass, boy. But that was the start he needed. Step bounce. He wanted the 3. Look at his feet. Look where he caught the ball. He said, nah, let me step back real quick. I like that. But this is what they needed to see from Wemby. An aggressive start. Hey, I'm taking this game over. I'm going to have the best game, offensively and defensively. I'm going to show why I'm the best player on the floor. And he's doing that. And that's what the Spurs need from him every single game, especially in the finals. Now, of course, it's a team effort. And Stefan had a great game. But they need Wemby. When your best player who's of that magnitude is taking over both sides, the other team is kind of hard to beat that. It really is. But you see how Wemby's aggressive to the paint. He's not just selling for 3. Oh! Bridges, no! No, Bridges, no! He dunked on OG and Bridges in the first half. My goodness. But look, Wemby's being aggressive towards the paint. He's not selling for threes. Even that 1 3, he said, all right, man, I haven't taken nothing all game. Let me get this in the basket real quick. But everything else, it's been nothing but layups and dunks. Layups and dunks. And that's the game he needs to really hone in on, because you can't stop that. Like, you literally can't stop that. He had 22 in the first half. We were on to the third quarter. He can shoot. Now, this is when you get comfortable. This is when you get comfortable and you start expanding your game. First half, you do what you do best. You finish inside, use your size, use your length, use your touch around the rim, because he does have insane touch for his size. Well, just in general. But now that's what the defense is looking at. All right, he's attacking. He's looking to get inside. He's looking to be aggressive. He's looking to be dominant. Then the second half, you're like, yeah, I'm feeling good now. Let me take it out.
20.
Let me spot up. Let me face up. Let me just shoot over my man, because there's nothing he can do about it. And that's how easy it can get for Wemby. But he needs to get to the point where he makes it that easy.
Another long three-pointer. Lines it up.
What I just say? What I just say? This is the type of basketball Wemby needs to play, and I hope we're realizing that. Aggressive, impactful, dominant in the paint early on in the game, just to get the paint clogged. Because even when the paint is clogged, there's not too much you can do with Wemby, because he's taller, longer than everybody. So he's going to be able to get a good look, get a tip, get a rebound, something over everybody else. That's the beauty of it. But then he also has the skill of guard, shooters. So that expands the game. So he's coming in, oh, all right, I'm just going to dunk. Then, again, second half, let me just get him on their toes. He pulled that pretty deep. Like, that wasn't on the line. Robinson is guarding him with his heels damn near on the line. That's how you're supposed to guard shooters and guards. Hey, get your heels on the three-point line. Heels to the three-point line. If you haven't heard it, yes, heels to the three-point line. Make sure they don't have an easy look where they can't just walk in front of you and shoot the three. That's how a center is guarding another center. That's all I'm saying. Like, that's the importance of it. That's the importance of all this. Knock down. That's really the importance of all this. And that's why it's so unstoppable. Now I'm going to go back inside and I'm going to dunk. Look how they play this. Look how they play this. Yes, it was a good little push off, but this is a physical game. This whole game was physical. A lot of pushing, extra pushes, damn near attacks and stuff like that. But Cat's like, all right, he just hit 2 threes. He hit a midi in my face the other possession. All right, he's looking to pop. Definitely with Steph about to have an open look to the paint. He's probably going to pop. Nope. Cat thought he was going to pop. Stephon's still attacking. At this point, there's nothing Cat can do other than foul. But that would be embarrassing because he would get dunked on regardless. So, yeah, then he does this and dunks the ball because it's that easy for him. That's why he should always be present, or he should always be in the game somehow. It's too easy to get him involved. What are you doing? What are you doing? I saw that a mile away. Shamit, I mess with you. You've been playing very well this entire postseason. I mean, that's Josh Hart. I don't know if y'all remember game 1. He went smooth at Wemby. I'm talking fast break, in and out, push over, bump, went to his shoulder, went to his body, and still got pinned. I haven't seen him really do that since. Shamit, you know you had no chance of getting this layup off. And you went goofy foot? Stop it. Stop it. No chance. No chance. We were talking about the potential greatest shot blocker of all time. Not happening. Give me that. Get that out of here. Pinned it, too. I have no idea what Shamit expected out of that. I really don't. But this game was great for many reasons. We're going to go over stats. But this was a must-win game for the Spurs. Game 2 was must-win. But that was because, personally, I thought that they would struggle in the Garden if they struggled at home. But it looks like that kind of went the opposite way, and New York kind of wet the bed a little bit. But New York also didn't play a bad game. The Spurs just played their brand of basketball, which is something they do phenomenally well, and that's team basketball. Everybody gets touches. Everybody's looking good. Now, Wemby just had a very efficient game. His stats weren't crazy, but they were very, very impressive, which made this game even better because you can say, oh, masterclass, or what type of game would you ever like to call it. But it was in the Garden, first game of the finals, and it was to win game 3 to now make this series competitive. Most people already thought the Spurs were done, including myself. But now, with them taking the first game in the Garden, having another game in the Garden, hypothetically, if they take game 4 in the Garden and they going back to San Antonio for game 5, they're taking game 5. They are taking game 5 if they take game 4, and that's 3 wins in a row. Now, if they lose game 4, it's over. So that's kind of what the Spurs are in right now. They put themselves in a position where it's, hey, we can't lose again. Even though they still have to lose 2 more times to lose, they cannot afford to lose again. Just with everything that's going on, the morale of the team, morales of both teams, just how the series is going, how teams are feeling. They can't afford to lose another game. They can't. And they showed it this game. They kind of did. All right. Now, stats. You know we got to go over stats. Wemby in game 3 in the Garden. 39 minutes, 32 points, 11 for 18, 2 for 4 from the three-point line. Like I said, he wasn't shooting a lot of threes. Look at this. Game 1, 9 attempts. Game 2, 6 attempts. 2 made threes, but now it looks a lot better because he only shot 4 threes. 9 free throws, 8 for 9 from the free throw line. 8 boards, 6 assists, 2 steals, 3 blocks. So I'm going to say that again. 32, 8, 6, 2, and 3. What? What? He is the second youngest player to record a 35-5 game in the finals. You know who was younger? Magic Johnson. The only player who was younger. You know who the next youngest player was behind Wemby to do this? Kobe Bean Bryant. So when you really think about the stat line, it's not incredible. But that's a very, very impressive stat line. And he's getting better every game in the series. First game, 26, 12 and 2. Only 1 double-double in the series, which is a problem. 6 turnovers, 6 for 21, 2 for 9. Game 2, 29, 11 for 21, 2 for 6, 5 for 8, 9 boards, 2 assists, 2 steals, 4 blocks. And then his best game of the series. And honestly, his best game for a while. It's been a while since he dropped 30. Yeah, May 24th. What was that? Game 5? Sorry, game 4 of the Thunder. Yeah. That was a little bit ago, all right? That was a little bit ago. So it's good that Wemby's getting back into that mode because they're going to need him to play like that for game 4, for game 5, and for game 6. And then if game 7 comes around, that's when things are really going to get interesting. All right, so that's just Wemby stats. Now, this game was, like I said, a very good game. We'll start with the Knicks stats because, of course, they lost. But, I mean, look at the scoring by quarter. 33-22. Then New York just turned up. 42-24, 35-27, 23-20. Won by 4 points. That is a phenomenal game. And this, again, the Spurs have only beaten the Knicks now twice. They beat them by a collective of 6 points. First time they beat them was during the regular season, and they beat them by 2 when the Knicks were missing some guys. Every time the Knicks beat the Spurs, other than game 2, it was by a good margin. And I think the NBA Cup was a somewhat close game too. All right, but OG, 28 points, 9 for 13. He may not hoop like that for the rest of the series. And that's going to hurt because that's the game you lose. 28, 9 for 13, 3 for 7, 5 boards, 2 blocks. Phenomenal game. Josh Hart, 16, 9 and 5, 6 for 10. Really good game. Cat, he kind of was quiet this game. 11 and 8, 4 for 10. 3 steals, 2 blocks. Could have played a lot better, and they would have needed him to play better if they knew that, hey, Wemby is going to go off for 32, 8, 6, 3, and 2. Jalen Brunson, 32. 11 for 25, 3 for 5, 7 for 8, 5 and 5. 32, 5 and 5. 5 turnovers. So he had 32, 5, 5 and 5, and 5 fouls. Jesus Christ. 32. So this man had a 35, 5, 5, and 5 game. It's pretty darn impressive if you ask me. That is pretty darn impressive. Look at the rest. Jordan Clarkson got some good minutes off the bench. 10 points, 2 for 2 from the three-point line. One of those threes he hit was insane. So the Knicks didn't play bad. Like, they didn't play bad. This is the only person that you would say, oh, dang, we need more, was Cat. That's about it. Everybody else did their thing. Spurs. Vassell, 11. 3 for 4, 3 for 4. Only thing he was doing was shooting threes. Champetti, 12. Was a little off, but hey, 3 for 7 is still a very good shooting split for threes. And of course, Wemby, we already went over him. Fox, he's struggling, kind of going back to struggling. 12 points, 4 for 14, 0 for 5, but he did have 8 assists and only 2 turnovers. I'm taking that. I'm taking that if my best player is doing what Wemby just did. I'll take that. Just hit some more shots, hit some more shots. Castle, 23, 8 and 14, 5 and 5, 5 for 6 from the free throw line, 2 for 5 from the 3-point line. Now, Wemby and Stefan are the first pair 22 or younger to both have 20 points in a finals game or something along those lines. So they're making history, and they've been making history because Stefan's been hooping. It's just the turnovers that's really been alarming a lot of people, but it looks like he's getting that under control, and it's showing a lot better for him and the Spurs, honestly. Then you got Dylan Harper, 13, kind of a quiet game, 5 for 18, 1 for 8, but he did have 9 boards. One thing about Dylan is if he's not scoring, he knows how to affect the game in many ways, and that's definitely going to help the Spurs and himself stay relevant in not only the team, but the league. Luke hasn't just looked good all series, honestly. Now, when it comes to team stats, like I said, both teams shot pretty well. Knicks 46 to the Spurs 46. 3-point percentage 35 to 35. Free throw percentage 82 to 78. Both teams shot well. Assists, Spurs had more assists, more blocks, more steals, less turnovers, more points off turnovers, less fast break points, less points in the paint. So, like, both teams looked very good, played a very even game. At the end of the day, the deciding margin was 4. That's a possession and a half, depending on how it was. Because remember, Wemby had that and 1-3 that got called back because Keldon. So, like, that could have been the difference in the game. Because at the end of the day, that's 4 points potentially. Either way, you got to weigh it out. That was a phenomenal game. And game 4 is going to be insanely important for the Spurs. Insanely important. They're literally going to need another this type of performance. And again, 32 isn't crazy, but 32 with everything else he did and how efficient he was and how impactful he was on the floor, that's the type of game the Spurs are going to need from him, again, for the rest of these finals, the rest of the series, if we're being honest. They can't afford anything else. Again, they can't afford another L. So they have to keep hooping. They have to continue getting behind Wemby and everybody else stepping up. Stefan has to step up. Well, he has. He needs to continue to do what he's doing. Fox needs to step up. And the rest of the role players, because they've been wavering up and down, which is expected from role players. But again, we'll see. Game 4 is going to be great. But until then, guys, all right. Thanks for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Like, subscribe, and share to the channel. Drop a comment. Let me know what you think. Patreon, Discord channels are open. Link is in bio. Please go check that out. I really appreciate it. But yeah, guys, Game 3 was really good. Can't wait for Game 4. Masterclass damn near from Victor Wembanyama. All right. Let's see what he has in store for Game 4. Hopefully it's another banger, even if they lose. I just hope he cooks. Because who doesn't want to see Victor Wembanyama cook? It's beautiful basketball half the time. It's freakish, beautiful basketball. But as the headlines have already said, aliens have arrived in the garden. And they took it over. Let's see how long they're going to stay in the garden now. All right? All right. But guys, thank you again for tuning in. All right? Stay safe. Stay positive. And for Game 4, you already know where to go. All right? See y'all next time.